The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. And with pregame...
Kevin, thank you. There is no question that...
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubats. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. And for Dallas, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And George, here we go. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Amazing athleticism from George. I mean, sprinting towards the bucket and getting there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Porzingis is doubled. Doncic outside. Here's the 3. They get it back.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
Here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. Puts it up from 7. It's rebounded by Doncic. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Back to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Morris against Porzingis. Kicks it out to Leonard. And there's the pass to Beverly. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You cannot afford to not box out Powell. I mean, he loves hammering down these misses.
Beverly looking around. Pass to Zubats. It's rebounded by Doncic. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Here's Powell. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Yeah, Powell showing you right there that he can play through contact. Very physical and good concentration, too, to get that up and down.
And George kicks to Leonard. There's 1:54 left to play in the first. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here's Powell. Makes it off the glass. Powell's got 8.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
And George, here we go.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. It sure does look good.
Here's Beverly. Outside for George. Hardaway with the steal. Doncic against Beverly. Back to Porzingis. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Curry's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Morris. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, early on, Doncic has proven to be a leader. I mean, this guy is somebody that can shoulder the offense and take and make big shots for his team.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jackson down low, guarded by Doncic. The 8-footer. Here's Green. Missed inside. Will return shortly. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback stuffing.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
Maxi Kleba is out there with Wright. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Curry in at the 2. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Outside for Curry. Dallas, no good that time either.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Pass to Jackson. Passes it to Harrell. And stolen by Wright. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Brunson. Finished off the break.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Clippers trail by 4.
And a 6'5" combo guard who uses his size well. Wright is pretty consistent across all areas.
And, you know, Greg, I watched him in college, and what I liked about him most, and I think other people kind of sleep on this guy is really excellent in terms of his feel for the game. I mean, he's got a control and poise about him that's contagious. Good instincts. I like his decision-making in transition. I just think he's an effective, efficient player.
And right, here we go. Kicks it to Cauley-Stein.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Bobbed up there for Green. A floater. On the wing, Jackson, guarded by Curry. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Jackson.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
And it goes down 2 points. Brunson's got his second basket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Jackson with it.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Curry is inside. Harrell on him. Cauley Stein passes to Curry. Offline with his three. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Harrell. It's deflected. Curry passes to Kleba. The kick out to Wright. Back to Kleba. And stolen by Williams. Here's Harrell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Jermichael Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George is checked in. That was a strong dunk.
Hey, it's one thing to have the physical attributes, the length, the athleticism to play good defense, but the other part of it is the instincts. And George thinks and feels things defensively as well as anybody in the league, and really excellent instincts at that end of the floor.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Beverly finds Leonard. To the paint. Now the pass to Beverly. The Clippers need to get off a shot. That ties the game.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
It's a tie game in Dallas. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. Win or lose, Kenny, the Mavericks have been one of the more stable organizations. And that should...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
Well, you know what? They've given him an increased role tonight, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Out to Hardaway. Morris against Porzingis. Down low. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Clock at 2. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And the 3 off target. The Clippers in the lead. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. George passes to Zubats. It's rebounded by Dallas. Outside, Porzingis. Doncic outside. To the middle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Curry's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Williams, he's checked in for Patrick Beverley. Williams passes to Leonard. Lays it up off the glass. Leonard's got 6.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Curry against George. Now here's Hardaway. He's guarded closer. Here's Curry with the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway.
This is why you pay Seth Curry the big contract, the big money. His range is unlimited.
And Clark, the second time was the charm for Seth Curry. Last season, he returned to Dallas after they let him go to Portland for a year.
Greg, sometimes we've seen it on the court, sometimes we see it in life. I mean, you don't miss something until you don't have it. And Seth is more than just a shooter. He's a great shooter, but he's also a very reliable ball handler. He's unselfish. He doesn't take anything for granted. He plays hungry. And Dallas realized the mistake they'd made and went about correcting it.
Taken away by Williams. Oh, Morris in position, and Morris throws it down.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Wright looking around. Outside for Curry. High post, Cauley Stein. And Brunson has it in the corner. Rebound by Harrell. Clippers leading by 6. To the inside. Here's Shamet. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for DeLon Wright. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jackson, he's checked in for George. Poked away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's in there. Shamet's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Doncic kicks to Cauley Stein. Shot to stop the run. No good on the shot. Some solid defense there from Jackson. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half.
Don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Kleba, the pass to Cauley Stein. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Shamet. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from 12. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Now here's Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Clippers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. The free throw drops for Jackson.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
There's 10 seconds left in the third. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. 5 seconds left in the third. Here's Kleba. Here's Porzingis. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Seth Curry, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And the one thing about Moore, he doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Here's Finney Smith. Second chance shot. Porzingis high post. Jackson on him. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Pass to Beverly. Now here's Jackson. 6 to shoot. Inside. And Harrell slams it in.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Los Angeles leading by 13. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Back to Shamet. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Shamet. Harrell controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Curry outside with the putback. And Doncic is right there.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Jackson is doubled. On the wing, Morris. Over Kleba. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Seth Curry. Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Outside Jackson. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Clippers lead by 16. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Beverly, the pass to Jackson. Back to Beverly. Down low, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. At one point, they led by 16.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for George.
Well, his defense was tremendous tonight. Really, really high level. He was a pest, forced the opponents into a lot of turnovers.
George dishes to Leonard. 5 to shoot. To the middle, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be. Jackson passes to Marjanovic. Right outside. Jackson from long range. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it. The activity in front of the Brooklyn Mute. And we've got...
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. And the Clippers starting 5. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. Now, here is Morris. Pass to Zubac. Outside for George. 4 on the clock. And it's sent back by Allen.
And how about, and with that great length and awareness, Allen continues to build his reputation as a shot blocker.
The 3 from KD. It's hauled in by Zubac. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And Morris throws it down.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now, here is Irving. Stolen by Zubac. One-on-one fast break. Here's Leonard. The shot, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Dinwiddie. That's good, and it's KD with the assist.
The minute KD gets the ball, all eyes are on him. That leaves a wide open man.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
And the dunk by Zubac.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Now, here is Irving. And there's the feed to Allen. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, one step to the hoop and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scorers. I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
A nice shot by George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
To the paint, here's LeVert. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I mean, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Beverley. To the inside, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go, Brooklyn fast break. Dinwiddie with the ball.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Leonard looking over the floor. The pass to Zubac. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years and you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And they're on the break. Here's Harrell. Here's Jackson. An easy 2 points on the layup.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Outside Irving. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Another thing coaches love about Williams, he's a high percentage free throw shooter who gets to the line often. I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Irving attacking. Count that bucket.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Clippers leading by 5. Williams looking over the floor. Pass to Harrell. Jordan with the rebound.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Here's Prince, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Outside Jackson. Over Irving. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Luwawu is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. Here's Irving, following the score by Reggie Jackson. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. Dinwiddie is checked in for Brooklyn. Williams with the steal. Here's Jackson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Jackson's got 6.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Dinwiddie attacking, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Now here's Jackson, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. So for the Nets, Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince, and it's LeVert in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And the Clippers with a change here too. Leonard's checked in. Here's Dinwiddie. 6 points for him. Durant in the corner. Offensive rebound. George, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. There's the foul against the Clippers.
And the arms of DeAndre just never end. He is a real threat to score, and the defense has to take him seriously.
A different look for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Harrell. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. George trying to break free. Good on the shot.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverley has the speed to do this.
There's Dinwiddie. LeVert in the corner. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Wow, hammering it in.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
LeVert in the corner. There's the triple. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Outside, George. Kicks to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. They trail by 3.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
LeVert, the second chance points on the tip in. LeVert's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
George against Harris. George, no good. Nets have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field, and so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in for Jordan, and Irving subbed in for Joe Harris. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Zubac is checked in.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. You're not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
The Nets making a switch here. Prince is checked in. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Prince in the corner. Three-pointer. They get it again. And staying with the play, Allen. Allen's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
A superb offensive rebounder. Allen's long arms and feel for how to get positioning helps big time.
Good work there as it goes.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Luwawu is checked in for Karis LeVert. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
Woo! Big man. Love when Harrell takes off like this to drop the hammer.
Outside Irving. Durant in the corner. Let's keep it alive. Allen's shot is off. Williams in the post. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
Irving. Good if it goes. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets the... That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, if you want to get into your offense quickly before the defense can set up, creating turnovers is a great way to do it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Now, here is Morris. He kicks it to Beverly. Shot clock at 5. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dinwiddie with it. Leonard picks him up. KD can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Beverly. And it's Durant with the rebound. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Brooklyn. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. In the corner, Irving with it for the three. But they recover it. Allen kicks to Irving. Dinwiddie outside. Down low, looking for Allen, and gets it there. And then Allen slams it in.
Flushed by Allen there. What I love about him, he's a center and he's not trying to be a guard. He knows who he is.
Outside, George. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Zubac's no good.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for, but at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Prince is checked in for Brooklyn. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Kyrie Irving. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Leonard. Williams, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Luwawu. He dishes it to Prince. Here's Jordan. Great D that time from Harrell.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
Shamet, the pass to Green, lays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 7.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Inside, here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Prince. And the Nets miss again. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Harrell, the pass to Jackson. And stolen by Prince. The drive by Jordan. That one falls. Jordan's got 7 points.
Size and strength of DeAndre Jordan, brushing off the defender.
Now Jackson. 6 points for him. Shamet, the pass to Jackson. And the shot goes in. Jackson's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Clippers.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
Jackson against Prince. Here's Luwawu. Offensive rebound, Jordan. From outside the arc, Luwawu's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 7. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. And that one's good, Shamet.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
Pass to Luwawu. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Clippers.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Williams dishes to Harrell. Passes it to Jackson. Feeds it to Green. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in control with a 9-point lead. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Allen in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the Nets' 5.
He can beat you at the three-point line, and Taurean Prince can beat you at the rim. Get him the ball in transition.
Beverly with the ball. He's picked up by KD. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Rebounded by the Nets. Durant's got 4 rebounds in this game. Irving against Morris. And here's Irving. And he banks in the layup.
And that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Durant in the corner. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Here's Irving. Paul George making his last shot. LeVert with a wide open look. Misses the 3. Clippers leading by 9. Over in the corner, Beverly. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
LeVert finds Allen. Another shot. The kick out to Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. Morris, left side. Outside, George. Back to Morris. Lets it go from 14. No good off the back of the rim. Nets trail by 9. Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. And Allen slams it in.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now here's Zubac. On the wing, Morris. To the paint. Here's Leonard. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 9.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Left side, Durant launches a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please, that's terrible.
George up top. Dinwiddie covering. They grab their own miss. Zubac. Beverly against Irving. Leonard on the wing. And the pass to Zubac. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Williams, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. 59 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Morris against Irving. Dinwiddie wide open. No good from outside. Leonard with the ball. The dish to Williams. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Irving, good.
Kyrie never losing his composure. He is deadly in the clutch.
Now here's Williams. Leonard on the wing. Back to Williams. Pass to George. On the wing, Morris. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's Dinwiddie. And the miss.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shooter there.
And so Los Angeles. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and nothing.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. And it's Ariza in at the small forward.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Pass to McCollum. Stolen by Beverly. Here's George. Here's Leonard over Anthony. That misses off the backboard. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. Here's Nurkic. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back.
And that one is good. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Out to the right wing. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. The pass to Zubac. Shoots over Nurkic. And the rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
The star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Lillard. From deep three-point range, and it's Lillard again missing. The Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And guys, George puts pressure on an opponent at both ends of the court. Lockdown D at one, aggressive to get his own at the other.
And the Clippers making a change here. Harrell's checked in.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Charity stripe shot. And it's Lillard again missing.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Stolen by McCollum. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. A different look now for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. And it's Little in for Trevor Ariza. And then for Los Angeles, Landry Shamet's checked in for Paul George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. So we saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Now here's Williams. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Good on the bucket.
What a scorer this guy is. Inside, outside, mid-range. Williams is capable of doing damage from anywhere.
Now here's Lillard. He has 5. McCollum right side. Right side, the pass to Little. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 14. That 3 off the mark. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That is his first foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Green comes in for Morris, and it's Jackson in for Kawhi Leonard. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Here's Jackson. And the rejection by Collins.
An established defender at a young age, Collins has the timing and the reach to block shots.
Here's Hood. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now Shamet. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And stolen by Whiteside. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's Collins. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Hard to alter Collins' concentration, especially when he's looking aggressively to score like this.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game here. It's all tied in Portland. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about his future plans.
I know that when the main guy,
he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland. Whiteside is out there with Collins. Then it's Little. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at point guard. Here's Green. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, you can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Passes to Collins. Here's Trent. Over Jackson. That one wide left.
Well, I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Little. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams. Now, here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the defense knows George can score from there, which is what forces them to kind of compromise at times defensively.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. Portland trailing here. Here's Trent. He feeds it to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Collins. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Fires top of the key. Shot clock at 6. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things, never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Here's George. The shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Ariza Great positioning on the putback.
Ooh, there's no quit in Ariza's game. Great at using his length to power home these putback dunks.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers.
And Trevor Ariza, a different player now than he once was, but during his prime, he was as athletic as anybody on the floor.
You can say that again, G.A. And he's done a good job adjusting his game as he's grown older. He went from mostly a slasher to a 3-and-D player. I mean, it's allowed him to have a lengthy career.
Lob pass to George, and George with the stuff.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
Pass to Carmelo. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Damian Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. And the rejection by Zubac. For the finish. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. That one is on Ariza.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game. But as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Here's Lillard, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Lillard's got 7 points in the game. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game. .105 left in the first half, and he gets the bucket. George has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Back to McCollum. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Leonard finds George. Count it.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard attacking. It's hauled in by Paul George. Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 16-5 run. Pass to Beverly. And it's good. 2 points. And now it's an 11-point Clipper lead.
Even when contact comes Beverly's way, I mean, he's a pro at finishing, absorbing it so well on these shots. Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers ahead. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the 5. Kicks to Leonard. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Lillard. The step back jumper is good. Lillard's got 11.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game. He did it, and it's opened things up for him.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Cullen passes to Nurkic, and good that time.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. So for the Clippers, Green, he's checked in for Zubac, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard surveying the D. And then Lillard slams it in.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
And stolen by Lillard. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. Ahead, here's Collins. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. He has 5.
Well, that makes him 4 for 5. I mean, I think that's pretty good numbers. I mean, they've got to be pleased with how things are playing off so far.
Now, here's George. He's tightly guarded, and he gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Lillard. Great D that time from Green.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
So for the Trailblazers, Whiteside comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Little in for Damian Lillard. And then for the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for George. Outside Williams, 5 on the clock. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Williams. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. The Clippers shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd. Lillard attacking. And the rejection by Jackson. The kick out to Williams. Three-pointer, Lillard. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Wow, his first triple of the second half gives him 2 on the night. He's not making much of an impact from deep.
Williams dishes to Jackson. Shamet up top. Covered by Hood. The pass to Harrell. Clock at 6. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. And that one drops for him. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Wow, when Jackson is just crafty down inside, he has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Here's Lillard. The putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Jackson finds Harrell. Back to Jackson. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard outside. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You got to keep Whiteside off the glass because he's a huge threat to put misses back in.
The shot off that time, and we've reached the end of the third. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Whiteside, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And here is Shamet. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Anthony's checked in for Whiteside. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Ariza with the ball for Portland. Trailing by 5. McCollum against Williams. Nurkic. And that'll be 2 free throws. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
D has got to do a better job clogging up routes to the rim. Leonard is a terror when it comes to driving the shot.
And Williams, here we go. Stolen by McCollum. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Ariza's got the ball. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Damian Lillard.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
And George with the stuff.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Nurkic kicks to Ariza. Lillard outside. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Williams is running. Outside for George. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Lillard and Portland again with the bucket.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
Yeah, and when the game is tight, you can see why they go to him. And by the way, where was the defense on that play?
Harrell, the pass to Morris. He kicks to Beverly. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Williams dishes to Harrell. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. High post, Nurkic to the middle. Here's McCollum. Banked in off the glass. McCollum's got his first points in this one.
Gotta like how calm McCollum is. Even in big parts of the game, you can depend on him to step his game in.
And they're moving it up. Here's Lillard, and it's blocked. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Morris kicks to Williams. Narrow high post. Working on Nurkic. Passes it to Beverly. And oh boy, a lot of contact hit. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Harrell, and Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Williams. George passes to Zubac, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Lillard, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Lillard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers. The Clippers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And George with this stuff.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch. And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. Shoots over Nurkic. Leonard with the ball.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Takes the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's George. Pass to Zubac. McCollum against Beverly. It's off.
Extends the shot and grabs the rebound. About as big an impact as you can have on a possession.
Anthony. And it's sent back by Morris.
Oh, just fantastic defense for Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. And Portland starts out with the ball. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. The steal. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop by himself. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Leonard against Ariza. Leonard, no luck. Portland leading. Anthony kicks to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
There's the pass to Morris. As we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. Excellent D there from Anthony. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Now it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
I love how Lillard takes the initiative on offense. I mean, he's a creative and talented guard who's been absolutely on fire.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Back to Anthony. And the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Outside, George. They need this. The Clippers get another chance here. Kicks it out to Leonard. Good on the three-point shot.
And in college, Leonard was a 25% shooter from three. Boy, how times have changed.
High post, Nurkic passes it to Trent. Stolen by George. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George with the ball. Tries it from 9. Nobody near Leonard. It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
Lillard. Got it.
Well, this is what you want from Nurkic. A fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Beverley, the pass to George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And there was a time when folks said George wasn't a clutch shooter. Remember? Not anymore, people.
Money!
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock.
Can't waste any time here.
You're right. They desperately need a bucket, and every second matters.
Here's Trent. Kicks it to Carmelo. Pass to Nurkic. It's Ariza on the wing. Bangs home the trifecta. Now it's a 7-point Portland lead.
Ariza just totally broke down the defense, exploiting any space they gave him off that pass.
So the Trailblazers win it. And David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position.
Wow, that's the mobility of Porzingis gliding in for the finish.
George passes to Zubac. That one goes in.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Stolen by George. One-on-one here. Lays it up and banks it in.
Terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Down low. Out to Porzingis. Pass to Finney Smith. To the inside. Dallas moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. From the stripe. Porzingis can't hit.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Chalk up 2 there.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Now, here's Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Here's Finney Smith. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
Hardaway for 3. They get it back.
What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
Clippers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And George gets it to go. George has got 6.
Are you kidding? 5 for 5, and they just got started.
Doncic dishes to Powell. Finney Smith passes to Powell. The shot misses, and the Clippers will go the other way with it. Pass to Morris. Now, here's Zubac. He dishes it to George. And it's George finishing it off.
I'll tell you, that's the speed of Paul George on the drive. Amazing attack on the rim.
Beverly against Doncic. Top of the key, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Inside, reverses, and scoring with the play inside is Leonard. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's
the
case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Kicks it out to Leonard, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And that one's good, Shamet.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Mavericks trail by 4. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Right side Curry. Beyond the arc. Dallas again missing. Clippers have gone an incredible 8 of 9 from the field. Here's Shamet. And it's off from 3-point range. Puts up a 3. It's Curry. That time on the assist from Cauley Stein.
Look at how composed Seth Curry is beyond the arc. Takes a shot like that and knows it's going in.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got DeLon Wright. Seth Curry is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Maxi Kleber, and it's Cauley Stein in at the 5. Now here's Cauley Stein, following the miss by Lou Williams.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
To the paint.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
The Mavericks trailing. Brunson scanning the floor. Passes to Kleber. Back to Brunson. Curry on the wing. There's the 3. Rebound by Harrell. Curry's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Shamet kicks to Harrell. Dishes to Green. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And both free throws good for Green. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 3. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Kleber finds Brunson. And that one, good.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Clippers leading by 3. Jackson dishes to Green. Now, here's Shamet, guarded by Wright. And here is Shamet. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Green up on top. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Montrezl Harrell, a fiery competitor, plays the game, Doris, with a lot of emotion.
He does, Kevin. You think about his time playing in Houston, he struggled a little bit. He stewed on the bench, got a reputation as a little bit of a hothead. But look what happens in a new system in LA. The chemistry with Lou Williams. He settles him down a little bit. This city and this organization and his teammates have brought out the best in him.
Here's Brunson, following the score by Lou Williams. Great D that time from Harrell. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Williams leading the charge, and it's good for 2. Shamet's got the lead up to 7 outs for Los Angeles.
Lou Williams is the all-time leader in points off the bench, but don't sleep on his passing game. What an assist.
Curry against Williams. The shot by Curry, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Shamet finds Harrell. Poke loose. Jackson passes to Williams. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
You better come stronger than that. Tony Stein, a presence defensively.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Jermichael Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway's checked in for DeLon Wright. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The Clippers again turning it over. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Seth Curry. Mavericks trail by 7.
I'm open.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Morris. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Feeds to Doncic. The pass to Porzingis. Just 5 to shoot. And here is Powell. Zubac defending. Powell kicks to Finney-Smith. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Beverley with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. To the inside. Zubac. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Hardaway. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's Beverley. Pass to Zubac. 11 feet away. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 11.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And I think for Luka Doncic, one thing he showed right away is he... You got to be kidding. You know, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
So
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 10 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first? And that should do it with the second half of...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific. And
one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Just 3 to shoot. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Finney-Smith. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one's good. Beverley's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Clippers. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Basket counts. Howell's got 4 this quarter.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
2 points. That one goes. Beverly's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Porzingis with the ball. He's against Morris. Porzingis can't hit. Morris finds Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 8 feet away. Back to George. Doncic with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Powell with it. George picks him up. And finished off by Leonard.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Finney Smith passes to Porzingis. Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Finney Smith. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, at 7'3", yes, he can dunk. But with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks. He can be special.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. The league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A. Back to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Zubac. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. George, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Got that one up quick. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Out to Porzingis. 44 seconds left here in the third quarter. Clippers leading by 14. Lob pass to George. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
On the wing, Doncic. The feed to Powell. Passes it to Finney Smith. Porzingis against Morris. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 10 points in the game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
And George, here we go. Kicks it out to Leonard. Off target.
How about that defense by Powell? Not overly physical, obviously, but he moves his feet and anticipates plays.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Dallas. On the perimeter, it's Curry and Doncic. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Maxi Kleber. And it's Brunson in at the point guard. Jackson finds Harrell. Back to Jackson. The pass to Harrell. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
We know this. Montrezl Harrell in close proximity has tremendous touch.
Here's Brunson. Drops in the layup for 2. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. Swiped away. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Cauley Stein, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And Cauley Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dallas. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doncic gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Shamet, the pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
Mavericks trail by 14. Pass to Curry. High post, Cauley Stein. Harrell on him, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Williams kicks to Leonard. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Well, what makes Kawhi so problematic in the pick and roll? He can do about anything he wants out of it, including keep the basketball.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. And George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Seth Curry. Dallas again missing. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
It's George on the wing. Leonard looking around. Zubac's in the post. Powell's there. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Leonard. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Porzingis inside. He's covered by Leonard. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
And this is going to end
in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Los Angeles.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Curry's checked in for Hardaway. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Mavericks have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Zubac against Doncic. Here's Curry with the three. They get the rebound. The three ball. It's hauled in by Beverly. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Now Zubac. 20 seconds left in the fourth. Sinks the three-pointer.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Knocks down the three ball.
Well, Seth Curry with the answer and the payback from distance. What a competitor.
Patterson passes to Magruder. Back to Patterson. The tray. No good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
You're looking live and down at the Staples. And
hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. So the Nets starting 5. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Now here is Morris. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the Jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Here's Irving, banked in off the glass.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's George. Here's Leonard, pass to Zubac. And it's sent back by Allen.
And how about, and with that great length and awareness, Allen continues to build his reputation as a shot blocker. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Leonard. After the basket by Brooklyn. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Now here's George. And it's sent back by KD.
Wow, the large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Kicks it out to Allen. Back to Durant. Good work defensively by Morris. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverley. And the Nets making a change here as well. Harris is checked in. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Morris passes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
You see the athleticism there of Harrell and does a great job of just wreaking havoc on that possession.
Dinwiddie attacking. And there's the pass to Allen. Over Harrell. Misses off the right iron. The Clippers in the lead. Loads it up there for Harrell. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Montrezl Harrell with a throwdown that gets his teammates up.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And here is Los Angeles now. After the basket by Brooklyn. Here's George. Excellent D there from Allen.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Dinwiddie outside. Count the basket. Dinwiddie's got 6.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
George against Harris. And they pick up 2.
PG playing behind the pick and roll, able to use his size. And a pretty good decision that time with the basketball.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
A different look for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. And Luwawu subbed in for Karis LeVert.
Well, when you're given the ball as much as Lou Williams has gotten it through the years, he's experienced enough to make those kind of plays.
It's good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Williams. No points in the game yet for him. And it's Harrell missing. 15 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Kicks it out to Prince. Fires the 3. Up again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And how about that beautiful display for us of DeAndre Jordan and that wingspan getting to that ball.
Here's Williams. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
And that concludes a high. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to fake.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for the Clippers right now, Landry Shamet is out there with Green. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 1. Shamet with it, picked up by Harris. Harrell trying to free himself up. Offensive rebound. Green dishes to Harrell. 6 to shoot. Jackson passes to Harrell. And Jordan sends it back.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Williams. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Jordan. That one misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. To the middle. Here's Green. The second effort. Back to Shamet. Outside Jackson. And stolen by Harris. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the shot goes in. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Nets. For Los Angeles, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Jackson, and the layup is good. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
No good from Irving.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
A different look for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Harrell, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And the Nets also making a change. Kevin Durant's checked in for Joe Harris.
So good at knowing when to shoot and when to pass off the screen. Kyrie Irving dictating the defense that time.
Beverley, the pass to Zubac. He kicks it to Jackson.
With nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area, that's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Here's George after the basket by Brooklyn. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
Here now is Dinwiddie, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Kawhi Leonard. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far, and the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Clippers trail by 4. And George, here we go. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Yeah, Paul George can get very shifty even with that kind of frame, and he fights his way through the contact.
Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Nets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Kind of tough to be a big wing in the LeBron James era. You're constantly compared to what it is he does, but Durant has risen to that challenge and uniquely qualified to be an elite player.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. In transition, here come the Nets. Dinwiddie passes to KD. Morris with the rebound. Outside, George. Inside. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Here's Dinwiddie. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Nets out in... All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never put themselves in too much difficulty. And
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Here's Irving. So for Brooklyn now, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. Here's George. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance. And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Now here's Durant. LeVert trying to get open, and there it is for him. Durant's got 5.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Here's Allen. The shot's good. Allen's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Well, great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
For the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. And it's sent back by Morris. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Landry Shamet's checked in for Paul George. Prince is checked in for the Nets. Down low. Pass to Shamet. It's good. Shamet's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Allen. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. He's got 6.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Here's Williams. Lays it up off the glass.
Ties it up with that one. You know, he's such a smart scorer. He doesn't force anything, lets the opportunities come to him.
Irving drives in. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Williams leading the charge. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Morris inside. Defended by Allen. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And a change for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Jackson. Jumps up. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Now you can make a case that Lou Williams is at his best in that kind of situation. Dynamite in transition.
Here's Irving. Jordan, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Jackson dishes to Harrell. Pass to Shamet. Second shot opportunity. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Well, Harrell in there clashing with some aggressive defense, and he gets physical right back.
2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
And the rejection by Harrell.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Basket good. Now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Irving attacking. And the rejection by Harrell.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Pass to Shamet. Goes up again. He takes it up and lays it in. Shamet's got 6 in the quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
To the middle. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Well, Jordan's such a great dunker. Some of the jams he has are completely jaw-dropping.
And stolen by Jordan. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And then for Brooklyn, Kevin Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Jackson finds Zubac. Outside for Jackson. It's George on the wing. 5 to shoot. Harrell trying to free himself up. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Harrell is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Morris in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And Harrell slams it in.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Misses the wing 3. Morris outside. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Here is Durant. There's the feed to Allen. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Montrezl Harrell did not like that.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now, here's George. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Now, here's Zubac. Harrell. Brooklyn with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And he makes good on the layup. Allen's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
The drive from Allen is terrific. It shows a force and speed that gets him where he wants to go.
He gets it in there.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Outside, KD. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. And a miss there on the triple. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Beverley, the pass to Morris. KD comes with the double team. LeVert against George. Harrell kicks to George. And it's sent back by Allen. And he recovers it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverley. The Nets also changing it up. Harris is checked in for LeVert, and Irving subbed in for Jordan. Now the pass to Dinwiddie. Paul George with the steal. Williams dishes to Morris. Outside for George. And then George with the jam.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Irving looking over the floor. The wide open look for Durant. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Zubac the pass to Morris. Outside Williams. Yep, that one goes in there.
Wow, huge in a big moment there. Getting the ball to Lou Williams, not a bad idea.
Nets trail by 4. Looking to get it going. And Irving with the lay-in. Good.
And Kyrie right now taking it to another level. We know he's capable.
Pass to George. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That one on George.
And how about the poise from Kyrie Irving? These are the moments he lives for.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Now here's Williams. Outside Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And the rejection by Zubac. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. It's going to be Allen shooting. That's on Lou Williams. He sinks the clutch free throw.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
Here's George. Count it!
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
Now here's Durant. Here's Allen. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Morris passes to Zubac. Money!
A big-time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
In the corner, Irving with it. Misses the 3. And George, here we go. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more confident than they do right now, and we are...
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. Nurkic with the block, and they'll keep possession. Zubac, that's good. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus. I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Leonard, the pass to Beverley. Out to Morris. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
George looking around. And George with the stuff.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
3-pointer, Lillard. The shot comes out.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Passes to Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And the basket by McCollum.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
That free throw good from George.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. And a switch here also for Portland. Hood's checked in for McCollum. The kick out to Williams. And stolen by Whiteside. Now here's Little. He's guarded closely, and yes, it's good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Jackson passes to Shamet. And the Clippers miss again. For Portland, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Stolen by Jackson. It's Harold, top of the key. Little with the rebound.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Hood, the pass to Whiteside. Makes it off the glass.
Not to be denied. And what do you expect from Hassan Whiteside? He's full of confidence.
Jackson kicks to Harrell. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Back to Harrell. Inside, Green. And he banks in the layup.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
Jackson against Hood. To the wing right side. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Stolen by Collins. And they're pushing it up. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Trent passes to Hood. Here's Trent. He kicks it to Collins. To the paint. Back to Hood. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots off the step back. Here's Trent. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Just catching up with Montrezl Harrell, we mentioned his activity level and how it seems to affect his teammates.
That's what I play with, a lot of passion, a lot of...
Greg, I know you agree. You guys bring his brand of intensity.
And he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Montrezl Harrell is out there with JaMychal Green. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson, and it's Williams at the 2. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Pass to Whiteside. Back to Lillard. Fires from deep. The Clippers grab the miss.
Great perimeter D. Gave a good shooter absolutely no room to operate.
Green finds Jackson. To the inside. The kick out to Williams. Puts it up from 7 and stolen by Whiteside. Hood, the pass to Trent.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Portland shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And the first one drops. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. It's deflected. Here's Nurkic. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And a wide open look for McCollum. Makes good on the step-back jumper. McCollum's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers. McCollum's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Nurkic with the block. And they're able to recover. Outside for George. Fires for 3. And it's Beverly missing. Portland's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Up top, Leonard. Ariza covering. Nurkic with the block. Here's McCollum. The Clippers grab the miss.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Here's Trent. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Now, here's George. Not a lot of room. That one goes. Count it. George has got 6.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Pass to Nurkic. Here's Trent. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of the game. Portland moving the ball around. 4 on the shot clock. One-on-one fast break. And Morris throws it down.
A terrific ball thief. PG-13 knows it's a priority to create turnovers that spark the running game.
Trent passes to Ariza. He dishes it to Nurkic. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Great change of direction. He showed the defense that he was taking the look and instead found his teammate for an even better one.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Free throw good. Nurkic.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Williams dishes to Green. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Lillard the pass to Collins. Back to Lillard. And the rejection by Harrell. Just 3 on the clock, and Williams lays it in. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
In attack mode pretty much every game we see him. This time, Williams getting it.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above 4. Checking out the Clippers, Kenny, how'd you... And that'll do it.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Nurkic, and it's Ariza in at the 3 spot.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
McCollum kicks to Anthony. Over in the corner, Lillard. Back to Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. The game now all time. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. And stolen by Whiteside. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance.
And coming out of halftime, coach said they wanted to start fast. How's 4 for 4?
George passes to Beverly, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon. But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. That shot is off. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Ariza dishes to Lillard. Wants to get it to Ariza and does. No good. Shot missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Landry Shamet's checked in for George, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And a switch here also for Portland. Little, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
And Lillard kicks to Whiteside. In the corner, it's Little. Anthony left side. Portland no good that time either. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
And it's Harrell missing. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Little. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Little's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Here's Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
The Trailblazers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Leonard.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Kept alive. The kick out to Williams. The pass to Shamet. He feeds it to Green. Collins with some nice D. Portland trailing here. Here's Little. And the layup falls. Little's got 4 points this quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Fearless move by Lou Williams, driving it right into the teeth of the defense. Draws the foul.
Zubac is checked in for JaMychal Green. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Collins. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Little. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by Harrell. The Clippers shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Williams passes to Zubac. No good that time. Good D by Ariza. Pulls it from the elbow. Trent can't hit. The Clippers in the lead. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jackson. A second chance effort. Right wing. Zubac in the post. Working on Nurkic.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. And it's Ariza in the corner. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. The 17-footer goes down. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Clippers on top. They lead by a bucket. And how about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Beverly and Williams, the guards handle. Paul George is out there with Harrell, and it's Zubac in at the 5 down low.
A tale of 2 halves. He's really turned it around here, scoring the ball.
Lillard's gone 4 for 9 from the field. Here's George. Zubac against Nurkic. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in, and Portland with a change here too. McCollum's checked in.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
To tie it up. Rebound by the Clippers. In the corner, George with it from past the arc. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. A good look from McCollum. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Taken away by Anthony. Nurkic with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Out to Anthony. Back to Ariza. Over in the corner, Lillard. And it's Ariza in the corner. Clock at 6. To take the lead. And that's 2 points on the layup. Lillard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
Tell you what, I love that he didn't get rattled after being blanked in the first half. His shot has been absolute money since then.
And that one drops.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Williams dishes to Harrell. The kick out to Williams. Passes it to Beverly. Outside, George. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Here's Anthony. And the shot is good. Now it's a 4-point Portland lead.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points. As the game tightens, I like Lou Williams' mentality. Never gets too high or too low.
Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Here's Lillard, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get them. The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Productive trip to the line extended their lead.
It's stolen by Ariza. Down low. This one for 3. Portland again missing. The Clippers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Morris finds George. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Whiteside trying to break free. It's in!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
It's stolen by Anthony. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Ariza has the open look. From outside, off the mark. Now here's Williams. Outside, George. A 3 from Leonard. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Here is Lillard. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This was David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.